welcome back to the Unscripted podcast with me, Kieran, and our new third guest, Kevin Leshy. Say hello, Kevin.
Right, guys.
Yes, and we thought we'd hop in and sort of give a 2021 review, sort of kind of new start to the year podcast. I'll start off with something we're all knowledgeable in, and it's football. And we kind of wanted to talk about the current SPFL season. Kieran, any thoughts to start with? How it's going?
It's been okay from a Celtic perspective. You know, I think we're in a better place than we thought we would be. Considering we've had so many injuries as well, we're doing okay. Depending on how January goes, I think that's really going to make or break the season in terms of actually winning more things. We've also got the one trophy in the bag, but whether or not we win the title, I think comes down to how we do business over the winter break. But I mean, this was a transition period anyway, so I think any trophies are a bonus at this stage.
Yeah, absolutely. We started off with the 3 signings as well to get us going, which was good. But the progress that we've been doing in the 6 months has been like remarkable. I'm happy. Like, I don't think we'll be able to win the league because I think we'll just keep getting these unlucky injuries and COVID, and but I'd certainly that we will challenge them.
Do you think the kind of Rangers and their depth in squad is the difference maker at the moment?
A couple of dodgy decisions, but I mean, we have no time to talk about that. But nah, their depth is good. They're a good side. Their midfield has always been strong. You know, as much as like we say we don't like Rangers and all that, you have to respect them and their team. I really like Aribo, Glenn Kamara in the midfield. I think they're brilliant players. But it's the same again, though. I honestly don't think they have backup that will do as good a job as them. Like, for instance, if Kamara gets injured, like, I don't know if who will be able to fill that role.
I think there is an issue with that because I think so many in that squad are so kind of close to Gerrard. I think quite a few of them, including Kamara, Goldson and stuff, will leave either this window or in the summer. So they've got quite a rebuild job on themselves. So they could hypothetically be in the situation that Celtic were in last summer.
I think they are definitely a couple of injuries away from struggling, and I think the game at Celtic Park against them coming up soon will really kind of define the season for both teams. I think if Celtic can turn up and play their game and give them a good game, there's every chance they can kick on from there. But on the flip side, I think if Rangers win it, they'll probably kick on.
Yeah, Celtic haven't even had their strongest squad yet, I think, this season. And they've been doing so well without them. Like you saw on the League, they played their squad full of youngsters and bet a good team in Real Betis. But now, like you said, they're a couple of injuries away from, losing a lot of points.
I think he's a good manager though, Van Bronckhorst. He's obviously got a record to back it. He's a bit like Postecoglou. He's been away and he's actually won things elsewhere. And he's but you get the feeling that he's kind of almost maybe using Rangers as a stepping stone to go to kind of like a club. And I would say for Postecoglou, he's obviously maybe looking ahead for himself, but enjoy them while we can, isn't it?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Hopefully we can keep him on for a couple of years at least. But no, when he was coming in, I didn't really know of him or know what he's done. Same with a lot of people. But he has surprised all of us and his critics. Fair play to him.
Do you think we should be aiming for a Europa Conference win? Can we go all the way?
I don't know, because the only 2 teams that are probably going to win it are Tottenham or Roma. But apart from them, I don't know who the other teams are. But
I'm telling you,
if we can give it a good shot,
I'd take Roma at Celtic Park any day. It's a walk in the park.
No, yeah. We bet Betis 3-2, so I mean it's doable.
And I would beat them here and then we get gubbed 5-0 away from home.
No, yeah, that's certain. That's a certain.
I don't think Tottenham are in it because they got kicked out.
Yeah, they did.
Did they?
Yeah. So
How did they get kicked out?
They forfeited the match, or they were forced to forfeit or something, because I think the game got cancelled due to COVID problems. And then UEFA basically handed the other team the win.
All right. Oof. Knocked out of the Conference League. Gee.
I think that's the problem this season with COVID and squads. It's like you're constantly stopping and starting. So if you've got your base, you can't train 14 days. You're 14 days behind teams that have been playing. It's evident in the Premier League, especially. It's like clubs that have been out for 14 days look horrific, terrible. You can't string them past.
I know, you can tell.
What's the excuse for Man U?
I mean, that's a deeper issue, but but I think it could affect Scottish teams, especially Rangers, if we're talking about injuries, and Celtic as well. They could have COVID-related stuff. I mean, the last game with Celtic, who were we even playing up front? You know, the league game.
I thought it was. No, it wasn't Johnson, was it?
No, it was Abada up front.
Abada. Yeah.
With that youth guy. Forgotten his name.
Dawson.
Yeah, Dawson. Yeah, there he is.
That's it. Yeah.
That team was. We had Barkas and go. I was worried for a minute.
Yeah. Especially we had like Giacomakis as well. He was supposed to be like banging in the goals, but he's injured as well. And I think it's like, I love the way that Ange's making him play, but it's just, I think he might be a little too ruthless, you know, because hamstring, it's just like you keep working and working and working with like high intensity, which is the way he wants to play, but like you're gonna get injuries with that, you know, because if you're doing every day at that high tempo, I mean, it's bound to happen.
Do you also think that because the squad was so unfit before he arrived, that they're sort of playing catch up on their own bodies? Because we're under Lennon, who, quite frankly, is a terrible manager.
Yeah.
A terrible coach.
No, yeah, that could be it as well. I mean, well, bear in mind, it's 6 months in, 7 months in. Like you said, we didn't go to Dubai this year, but last year we did, and we were like so many points behind Rangers. But I think they'll be getting them good, like with the fitness and the fitness coaches. But I think the next season is probably where we'll see our fittest squad.
We need to. I think we need to be careful with the amount of. I know he wants to go into the Japanese market, but like we don't want to overhaul because there's an element we need balance because they're right small and obviously Scottish Premier League is quite physical.
Yeah,
I'm not doubting that they're physical players because Kyogo's very physical and gets about it, but there's an element that we could get outdone at corners even more than we are right now. Because Starfelt's not the biggest. Julian's big. He's probably the only one. Ralston's quite good at heading the ball, but if you think about it, if you add the Gucci, Hatate, and Maeda into the team, that's a very small team.
Yeah,
like Jota and stuff.
That's like the average height in Japan, and they're not like around like 5'8", like they're small. So, but it'll be like different. I don't think all three of them will like have a bigger impact as Kyogo. I think a couple of them might take their time to settle in.
I think Maeda will be good.
Yeah,
I think he'll be the best.
Yeah, I think it'll be good competition for him and Jota.
I think it'll relieve a bit of pressure on Abada because everybody seems to be going for him, when he's only 20 years old.
Yeah. He's been doing, like, I think he's doing really well, like, and he's getting criticism. You know, he's scored 10 goals, 8 assists since he's been here.
18 goal contributions, pretty nice.
Yeah.
I think that's just the nature of Celtic, right?
Yeah.
If you don't turn up every single game, or like the slightest poor performance, and you're getting slighted.
Yeah. which is the one bad thing about it. It's just the high expectations. You know, you need to win a game, you need to put a 10 out of 10 performance every week. But if you don't do that, you'll be absolutely slaughtered.
Do you think Jota and Vickers will sign permanently?
Vickers I'm hopeful for. I don't think Jota.
I think Jota will. I've heard more talk about Jota.
Think so?
Yeah. I've heard rumours about Vickers, but I've actually heard about Jota. Like the Celtic have actually moved forward and tried to sign him permanently.
I am worried that he's still in Portugal.
I think that's where he's doing his rehab though.
Yeah, but the longer he's there, the longer the longer he's not coming back. But I think Tottenham are trying to price out Celtic. I heard something like 8 million for him.
Really?
6 to 8 million with someone who's got like a year left in his contract. Bonkers.
Was that a loan to buy?
I don't know.
Just a loan.
I think he was just a loan. I think
just a loan. Yeah. I mean, 6 to 8 million though. Would you pay that for him?
If they can sell people before they buy them, then yeah. They can get rid of Ayeti, Sorrow, Barkas, then I'd bring them in. I think those 3 are done at Celtic.
100%. I wanted Ayeti to work out because I heard big things about him, but like he showed moments where he can just be like a really good goal scorer, but I think it's like his attitude problem, and obviously injuries as well, but it just hasn't worked out for him, unfortunately.
I think he's a bit like Morelos in a way, but Morelos is obviously more prolific. They've got the same kind of attitude. You know,
yeah.
Obviously, Van Bronckhorst has come in and said to Morelos, "Keep your head down and don't moan about anything, or you're not playing," which I think they need. That Rangers team. Obviously, before in that semi-final where they lost, you could tell that a few of them. With that Goldson interview, what did he say? Oh, we knew the game was lost. Yeah,
we knew the game was lost at 3-1 at half time, and like the boys' heads were down and all that, which is like shocking, man, because it's half time.
Obviously, I know he didn't mean to say that, but coming out like that was
probably like mixed up his words. Like,
yeah, because he was so angry. But still, I think Ayeti is a bit like that. His mentality isn't right. I mean, even Barkas. Remember that? Can you remember at the game when he was warming up and he didn't save a single shot?
Nah, he's just standing in the middle of the goal. Oh my god!
Like, what the hell is he doing?
Doesn't fill you with confidence.
Yeah,
I know. It's mental to think AC Milan were after him as well.
Were they?
Yeah, it was like us and AC Milan, and we managed to sign him.
Lucky us.
Pretty sure it was anyway. Yeah, I know.
Do you think we signed him off YouTube compilations?
Probably. Yeah, not watched a great game.
Yeah, I saw those YouTube compilations. I was thinking he was the best goalie in the world. I was like, yes.
What a signing, man.
We played against us, did he not? At points.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And he was actually okay.
Yeah.
One person I want to talk about, Joe Hart, his influence. I think it's undervalued at the moment. I think he's had an impact compared to Kyogo.
Oh, absolutely. He's head and shoulders above the rest. He's great.
Oh, 100%.
I like that fun.
Oh.
I had to get that in.
He didn't get it at first.
I got it.
Nah, I think at first it was a bit like, why are we bringing in a 34-year-old goalie? And then obviously he's shown to be more than just a good goalkeeper. He's a leader on the pitch. You can see him shouting all the time and directing. And I think without him, if we still had Barkas and Bain, I don't even think we'd be
no chance. No chance. Like the difference a good goalie can make to a team, and especially Joe Hart, like a CEO winner. He's won like 2 Premier Leagues. He's won a number of trophies, as well as being England #1. And he knows what it means to play for the club. That's one thing I really like about him. He shows passion. Like when people first saw that he was signing, they thought, he's just coming here just to get a wage for the end, like for the last stages of his career. But it's far from that.
I think low-key he's trying to maybe try and get to the World Cup with England as like a third goalie. I don't think he would, but if he keeps performing, he deserves a shot.
Why not? Yeah, 100%.
Oh, who's their options?
Performing the way he does.
Pickford, Pope,
Ramsdale.
Oh yeah.
And then you've got people like Henderson, and then Joe Hart, and okay, from mind who else? But yeah, I think that's like Forster, but he's
Forster. Yeah, we'll talk about Forster.
I suppose in a way it's kind of like when Rodgers brought in Kolo Toure. It's like that senior figure who can set an example.
Yeah, who's got the experience as well, playing in big games and big teams.
And
yeah, definitely.
I love Kolo Toure. I think he's good. I thought he was a good player.
He was some player, man.
He was good.
He was brilliant.
Obviously not better than his brother, but
Nah, brother was a player.
Yeah. We got anything else to talk about in the SPFL? I'll ask you both. Who do you think will win the league?
So me, right now, from what I've seen so far, I think Rangers, but Celtic will be close behind them. Hopefully I'm wrong, but I do see Rangers winning it this year again.
Kieran?
I'm inclined to agree, but I'm going to stick with Celtic and just back them. I'm going to say that Rangers are going to collapse after the winter break. Celtic's going to go on a run. We're going to start getting all the dodgy penalty decisions in the 85th minute.
No, absolutely. I was literally about to say that. What about the dodgy decisions, the red cards that they are getting?
I just think the referee is terrible.
I mean, it's like refs in like the full UK, but especially up here, man. You've got John Beaton. John Beaton's a Rangers fan. There's pictures of him in a Rangers pub, and he's officiating Rangers games. I mean, as soon as he gets to 80 minutes plus, he's choking to give him a penalty.
If it's still 0-0, it's in the referee's contract.
Gets an extra tenner.
I think that's a real problem at the moment within football, because obviously VAR's been introduced, and it's obviously making referees second guess their own decisions, which they shouldn't be doing.
Yeah. And
they're relying on VAR when, to be honest, VAR is more than once or twice been wrong as well, in my opinion. And I think if you introduce that into the Scottish game, imagine VAR in an Old Firm derby.
Oh my God! No, I say get VAR in Scottish football, because Rangers would lose about 10 to 15 points easily just because of decisions.
Again, Celtic could lose 10 to 15 points.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'd like it to be introduced to be more fair. So then when it is introduced, people will say, no, we shouldn't have got it. We should have just stuck to like when it was just the referees. So you're always going to get that. But I think when it was first introduced into the World Cup, I think that's when it was used properly, like at its best.
I mean, you've seen it at the weekend with the Arsenal and Man City game, like VAR telling referees to overrule the decision, but VAR should just be used as guidance. If the referee's going to look at the monitor, it's because there's something to look at, but the referee should still be confident in backing his original decision. He shouldn't feel pressured into then having to change it if he doesn't think that it's 100% the wrong decision.
Yeah. He should have the final say.
Yeah. I think what Kevin said, I think even the Euros as well, it was used well. It's just used as the kind of to guide the ref rather than to make the referee change their mind. Because every time a ref goes over to the monitor, you know he's going to give it. Because it's just going to happen. Because every time they get called to the monitor, it's a penalty or it's a red card, a yellow. It's basically VAR telling them to send them off or give them a penalty. But just come and look over to make it look legit.
Yeah.
But, it would be interesting to see it in Scottish football. The amount of outrage.
I would like it, but I don't think it will happen.
The thing is, like, for the purists who want like a classic Old Firm derby, which people would argue we've kind of moved away from that like feisty, proper battle now.
Yeah.
But the purists who want that aren't going to get that with VAR, because every challenge that's a bit late is going to result in yellows or reds, and it's just going to be stopping and starting constantly.
Or even if you look back, you know the Simonovic tackle on Kenny Miller?
That would have been a foul. That would have been a foul for excessive force or something stupid.
Yeah. Stuff like that, you just lose the edge of the game.
I think you've already lost that energy to the old firm.
Yeah.
Because ticket allocation, I think that's one of the worst things that's happened. It started with Rangers, man.
Yeah, it started with Rangers, but they're now just going back and forth saying, oh, you're getting 200 people, you're getting 100 people. It just keeps going down and down and down.
Yeah, I know. So, yeah, that's the bad thing about it.
You should have more away fans in the stadium because it adds to the atmosphere. Which is nice. Okay. It is what it is. I think the game coming up will decide it, by the way. That's my view of it.
Yeah, big one. Wait, is that Celtic Park? Or is it
whenever it happens?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, because
God knows, but
these rules and regulations. But yeah.
If we have a fit squad, man, I honestly don't see how they could beat us. I think they were lucky last time to beat us as well, but sometimes luck gets you wins.
We're very wasteful.
Yeah.
Again. That's a big problem with Celtic. Big problem.
Mm-hmm.
They should be winning game 6 now very easily, and there's loads of very, very good chances.
Mm-hmm. You can see it in the Europa League. Just I can't remember. I think it was in all the games. Just when we missed like a good couple of clear-cut chances, I was like, they're just going to come back and bite us with any mistake, and they did.
It happened in the Rangers game. That one where they were wasteful. It was like, I think Edward scuffed it or something, and then they scored. I think it was like, I can't remember, but yeah, it needs sorted. It's not just one of them that's missing them all; it's all of them.
Yeah.
Even Kyogo's missing quite a few. But,
yeah, but he's done so much for us, so I think he's allowed to miss a couple.
Yeah. He single-handedly won the League Cup on his own.
Yeah, I know, man. Oh, those 2 goals, by the way.
Majestic.
Unbelievable, man. What a player.
I think he suits Liverpool's system to a T.
You think so, yeah?
Yeah, I think he could be a replacement or a striker. I was saying that to Jordan. I think that could be a move. Look,
I think he will go to the Prem. I think he will, like, if he keeps this up.
Yeah, he'd fit in the City system as well, or Arsenal.
I was thinking Arsenal, yeah.
Yeah, he would fit Arsenal. But then again, I think Arsenal go for Edward after a couple of seasons.
You think so, yeah?
Yeah, they've always had tabs on him. They wanted him as well when Palace went from.
But, I mean, he's doing brilliant at Palace as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's scoring quite a few. In his first season, especially. People were saying, he's not scoring as many as everybody thought he would, but like, Premier League's a hard place to score.
Especially at Palace as well.
Yeah, you're not getting many chances though. Yeah. I mean, if you look at someone like Salah, he's doing insane. Best player in the world? Best player in the world at the moment?
I'd say, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to argue against it.
I'd say,
yeah.
By quite some distance in the moment. He's scored 16 goals in the Premier League already.
Yeah, it's crazy numbers, man. It's crazy what he's doing, and it's just 10 defences up, and he's had like those 2 unreal goals against Watford and Man City. Like, that's him at his best, and I don't think any other player could do that. Well, Messi, obviously.
And it's not just one-off seasons either. It's consistently every season.
Yeah. It shows you what you need to be the best. Consistent. 100%. Yeah.
That's why I never made it.
What?
That's why I never made it, yeah. Just wasn't consistent.
Knee injury.
Nah, it wasn't for the knee injury.
Yeah.
I could have been playing Sunday League by now.
Sunday League at best.
And go.
On the bench.
Yeah. Let's see about the Prem. What about the Rangers player that just signed for Everton? Nathan Patterson.
Oh, yeah.
£16 million player.
You mean 12 million?
No, it's went up 4 million each day.
I love that. Oh man,
I think.
I'll go on Q.
No, I was going to say, I think with all these like numbers, they literally just get a bunch of numbers in a hat and pull out and see what's the craziest number they can come up with.
Oh man!
I think it's good move.
Yeah, Fabrizio Romano said it was 16 million, so like, including add-ons, which is fair enough, but he's not a 16 million pound player right now. Anyway, he could be, but now he's not.
That's why they bought him, because he's played well for Scotland consistently.
Yeah,
and arguably playing for Scotland in these international competitions is a better quality than the SPL.
Yeah, definitely.
So, like, I think that's what everyone was going off of, and he's young, and he has the chance to be one of the best Scottish right backs around.
Yeah.
Obviously, Tony Ralston's left foot.
Yeah, after Tony Ralston player of the year, man.
He's been amazing. It's insane what's happening.
Oh yes.
Kev, is your dad still anti Tony Ralston?
Yeah. Yeah. He keeps saying though, like, he's doing well. He's got happy for him, but it's just like he's what you'd call a Scottish right back. You know, he's just big, strong, fast. He's got stamina. He can run all game. But like his only, his only game plan about him is go to the wing and cross it in, and he never comes on his left foot. But I'm happy. At the start, I was anti Ralston, but now I'm like, because he's getting goals, he's doing well. I'm like, it's just, yeah, I'm just supporting him now. You know,
it's quite mad how many fullbacks Scotland are producing.
Mm-hmm.
You got Hickey, Patterson, Ralston. That Southampton right back Livermento, he's going to play for Scotland.
Is he?
Yeah, he says he wants to. Alongside Hickey, you've got Tierney, you've got Robertson.
All in the wrong areas, man. Look at the strikers, man.
We need a striker.
You can make class fullbacks, but not strikers.
It's just, I think that's the big problem with the Scottish national team. Don't have a striker.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm sorry, Liam, but I don't rate Dykes. I'm watching this. I don't rate
Dykes is good at times, but it's just lump it up to him and get flick on and be like a goal poacher. But no, you need a really good striker.
Who have Scotland got in the playoffs again? Is it
Wales?
Wales?
Yeah,
I think
Wales are in the other semi-final of that thing.
Is it Denmark?
I think it's Ukraine or Austria. Pretty sure, I'm not sure.
I could check.
But like,
Doesn't matter who it is, we'll still go through.
yeah.
You say that?
You say that, hopefully.
Yeah,
Gotta give them our team.
Ukraine.
Yeah. Ukraine, yeah. We can beat Ukraine.
Aye.
They're not that good, are they? I don't know.
Ukraine? They're a decent team.
Don't know much about it.
They're a decent team. But Scotland, our midfield is strong as well. Our defence is strong. Just need to produce, that's it.
Sorry, we've got John McGinn.
Oh wait, I forgot about the striker, Che Adams.
Oh yeah, Che Adams, yeah.
Yeah.
He's good. Yeah, he's good, yeah.
Prime striker. I think that's what we need.
It's just like we've only got those two up front, isn't it, though? And Nisbet.
Yeah, Nisbet as well.
Is Martin Boyle Scottish? Is it Boyle?
Australian, I think.
Oh, is he Aussie?
Australian, yeah.
I was going to say, he'd be a good player to play along.
He'd be very good as well. Yeah.
He's been linked to Celtic.
Yeah, him as well as Nisbet as well.
Yeah, both of them. It's like
I don't think they're going to happen though. Nah,
it's too much money when you're paying $2 million for 3 Japanese internationals.
Yeah,
you don't need to pay $3 million for Boyle.
Nah. He's a good player, but with what we've got, I don't think he would improve.
He's 29 as well.
Is he?
Yeah. It's like you've got 3 years maximum with him being that quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't really see that one. But I mean, depth again. unless people are leaving that we don't know who are leaving.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you think anyone will leave Celtic?
What, in January?
Yeah, January.
Barkas. For sure.
Do you think he will, yeah?
Yeah.
I think summer.
And I think Shaw, Liam Shaw, I think he'll have a loan move to a Premiership side. He needs it.
Yeah, I had talks, I think it was Ross County, that one, wanting to get a loan move off him. He looks like a good player, when I've seen him.
He was good against Betis. I thought he was very good.
Yeah.
So I was a bit like, he could play in the Premiership, Scottish Premiership, in the top 6 side.
Mm-hmm.
By Henderson to Hibs. That's what I've had, Ewan Henderson.
Mm.
What is that, like a rumour, or is it?
It looks like it might happen.
Really? Loan move?
Loan to buy. So
Fair play.
I think Maloney will start to tap into Celtic's kind of youth system and kind of players that we don't want, because he'll see it as an opportunity to kind of take players that play a similar system to he wants to play. So it's an easy transition, and it'll be cheap.
Yeah, he was a coach there as well for the academy.
Yeah, exactly. So
Sure.
he's obviously seen Henderson play, so he wants Henderson. So yeah, I don't know. Anything else on football? No.
I wouldn't know. What about Prem? Man U. Who do you think will win?
Man U. We don't talk about that.
Their squad though, but just unreal quality in that squad. It's just, I don't know if it's the managers or the players, a bit of both.
I think it's too much quality.
There's no way too much. You can never get too much quality. Look at Man City.
Yeah, but they've got quality across the board in all areas. Our midfield is low end pressure level.
McSauce.
Don't disrespect McTominay like that. Come on.
Doesn't get into the Liverpool or Man City side.
I don't know what happens to him, because when he turns up to Scotland, he's always performing.
Yeah. Although he's like you say, like a low end Premiership team, when he plays for Scotland, he looks like he plays for Man U, if you get me.
Yeah. He works hard and he tries, but like, I don't want that. I want a good centre mid who's good on the ball and can actually pass the ball forward. He passed, I think last night he passed sideways in the space of like 10 minutes about 10 times.
Who said that? Like he only passes sideways and then he got up your raging interview.
Yeah, in like a BBC interview, he's like, "Oh well, I played 2 passes forward." I was like,
who would your ideal player be? Or ideal signing, let's say.
Declan Rice.
Declan Rice. What about you, Kieran?
Tony Kroos.
Kroos.
Kroos?
Tony Kroos.
I would have taken him back in the day.
Yeah, 5 years ago.
100%, yeah.
But that sort of player who can just control the field.
He's a player. I think it's too late for him to go to the Premier.
Oh, aye.
I think someone like Declan Rice solves that issue in midfield. Because he can play as a lone DM and he actually has a progressive pass in him. And he can play forward and he can carry the ball. Fred can't do that.
I used to be a big critic of Declan Rice. I didn't see the hype. I didn't see all the noise around him. But recently he's just upped his game and he's been doing really well. He would be a good fit for Man U, but I don't think he would solve what happened at Man U, even if he comes there.
See, I don't think he'll go, because West Ham are going to finish above us.
West Ham are higher. They're top 4.
Yeah, I know exactly. So why would he move? It's the problem now. Man United are going to have to sign these players from Europe that are well known and develop them. Like people are actually quite good, rather than go for someone like Declan Rice who would cost you 100 million.
Yeah.
But to be honest, money talks. So
yeah,
just offer him like 200k a week and he'll come.
Yeah.
So yeah,
like Ronaldo as well. You sign Ronaldo, Varane, Sancho.
Sancho's been underwhelming.
He's been so disappointing, man.
Ronaldo is a blessing and a problem.
Yeah. He's obviously getting goals, but he has to change the full tactics to...
See, the thing is, right, he scored 6 open play goals in 16 games. That's very poor.
Yeah.
I think he needs to put his ego aside, or just wait until the end of the season and leave, or just allow Greenwood, Sancho, and Rashford to play the front three, and just let them for the next part of the season, because I think that's the way forward. Those three, play Greenwood through the middle. Even if you look at that Leeds game, the first game, where they were, I think it was Rashford. I think it was those three up front. Mm-hmm. Greenwood up front was miles ahead of what Ronaldo's been doing in terms of pressing all round game.
Yeah, I say, how long will Greenwood stay there and think, when am I going to get a chance to play games consistently, consecutively, starting playing good minutes? Because I think it won't be long until he's saying to the manager, I want to move away.
I think Rashford's going.
Do you?
Yeah, I think he'll leave.
Nah, he's my newborn and bred.
Yeah, I still think he'll go.
Really?
I think Barcelona say they're back, say they've got money. I don't believe, but
they're sounding all sorts, but
they said I think they're ending their whole kind of public ownership of the club, so they've got loads of money now or something.
Really?
Yeah, so they're ending that with managing the club, and they're going to revert to the way everybody else is doing it. Yeah, I don't know. I think Rashford is just. I think he's just been affected by his injuries. In the past 2 years, he's been playing on injuries constantly, and that's just caught up with him. And he doesn't really know how to deal with his body. Almost, you can see it on the pitch. He doesn't know how to move. It affects him.
He's not as sharp as he was.
And I think he's put on too much muscle as well as a winger.
Mm-hmm.
It's it slows you down. Can't put on too much muscle. It's alright, we'll play in the Europa Conference League next season, Q.
No way, man. Man U in the Conference League. This was supposed to be the season where you challenge.
It's a trophy. Come on, we take it.
We'll take any trophy at this point.
Yeah, we won't win a trophy.
Community Shield. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Start counting them.
Are you still in the FA Cup?
For now, yeah.
For now, yeah.
Come whenever we're playing, I think it's next Monday. We probably won't be, but
Was it Burnley or something?
I was Aston Villa.
Aston Villa, that's it.
Ooh.
Bye. See, the thing is, right, it doesn't even look like he's implemented his system at all. I know he's not had much time to train, but the first 30 minutes against Palace, and then that's it.
Yeah, he looked against Norwich, Newcastle. It just looked like Ollie was taking over the team.
I think there's a problem there with the players, and I think there's a division amongst the squad, and they don't like each other. To be honest, some of them you can tell. It was against Newcastle. Some of them were pure shit out in each other's faces.
Yeah,
with the fight.
Their training's going past 5 at the night. You know, they're not happy about it. But you're getting paid stupid money. Hurry up and do it, man. You know.
You're moaning about training at 5 at night. It's bro, what the hell?
I know.
We sometimes do it 8 in the evening. What the hell? Yeah, I don't get that. Why would you moan about training at night?
Mm-hmm.
What logical reason? Your muscles are sore? Or
you've got the best facilities to recover anyway.
Yeah, some of the best in the world. More than about. Come in early. If you train early, do a double session.
Yeah, obviously. Has there been any positives for Man U this season? That silence. Oh my. So, has there been an improvement since Ollie left?
I wouldn't say so.
No? Would you say it's the same?
It's maybe a wee bit better.
It's been better in terms of not getting as many shots on goal. The Burnley game and yesterday. But even then,
I mean, you look at yesterday, and that was just a typical Ollie performance. Well, we had chances, didn't take them, and then we just lose 1-0. and that late goal.
I knew as soon as like Bruno missed and someone else missed a chance, I was like, yeah, we're losing this game. And then Kieran put it in the chat, and I was like, yep, I knew it's coming. I knew it was coming. But yeah, I don't know. I just think Man City and Liverpool are so far ahead of the other teams that until Klopp and Pep go, you won't see United or Chelsea or kind of Spurs win any league anytime soon.
I think Spurs will surprise us as well. I think they'll get top 4.
I can see why United board rejected Conte now, because he's not a yes man.
Yeah.
So Ragnick strikes me as a yes man.
Yeah, 100%. Ragnar's trying to do what he can just to get a contract extension.
Yeah.
Try to do what he can to actually be the manager, I think. But, yeah, Conte's world class, man. He's a serial winner.
Yeah. It should have got him.
Yeah.
It didn't. Yeah. I think it's going to be Ten Hag or Pochettino will be the next Man United manager.
Yeah.
Which is quite depressing.
And then they need to back him. They can't just sign him and just say, right, just do what you want.
I think from that squad at the moment, I think 10 to 15 players are going to leave. 10 over the next years.
Yeah.
If you think about it really and properly, in each position, there's a player who's going to leave. So, I think for positions, United is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Creatively, I think the right back, Dallo was not good enough, and Wan-Bissaka's he's good defensively, but going forward, he's atrocious.
He's woeful, man.
I could do better up front than him.
He's a brilliant defender. He really is. He's a great one-on-one defender, but I don't think that's about it to his game. He needs to improve.
I mean, he's been there for 2 years, and I've not seen one sign of progress in terms of going forward. He just hits and hopes. He doesn't have any kind of. He doesn't look up. He just hits them with his head down and hopes. It could be
in direction.
But, Man City winning the league anyway. So.
Yeah, I think they'll win it as well. Pep's bought his team, but I don't think any other manager could have as big as impact or success as him at Man City.
He's a great coach and a great manager, but he buys all his teams.
Yeah, but see that thing though, where he builds his teams. Like, if you were in that position, surely if you had the money, you would too as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course.
But I don't think a Jurgen Klopp, maybe, I don't think he'd be doing as good a job as Pep at Man City. I don't think so. Nah.
I like Klopp as a man.
I like him as well. I think he's a great coach, but if you ask me, put Pep in that Liverpool squad and then swap them about, would they be doing better?
I think Pep would be worse with that Liverpool squad. It doesn't suit his style of play.
No, but I'm saying if they did play his style,
I think a couple of those players would go or wouldn't even be in the team. Manny, for one.
Really?
He wouldn't be there. Manny's not technical enough for him. If you think about it, who's on
Man City don't even play a striker.
Nah, they both don't really. They both play false nines.
Yeah.
That's another thing. It's like, why are United playing strikers? They don't need it. They can play a false nine.
Ronaldo at false nine or Greenwood?
Greenwood or Bruno or someone like that.
Mm-hmm.
They did it the first game of the season against Leeds. They played Greenwood as a false nine. And then they had kind of Bruno running off as like a cam, running into the number 9 edge. I think that's the way forward at the moment in the Premier League, playing with false nines and wide
false nines. Yeah.
And your fullbacks are sort of playmakers.
So, yeah, 100%.
With
Bruno, I think he's a one-season wonder.
Wow.
In terms of like what he'd done in that first season was mad. This season, nowhere near it.
See, the thing is,
I don't think he can get back to that level. See,
the thing is, right, he's been amazing in the Champions League this season, but the Premier League has been crap.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, again, this Ronaldo, they don't play well with each other. It's so clear that they just can't link up. And I don't get this narrative that good players can play with good players. Sometimes it just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
because the egos clash, and I can see it with both of them. They're both muttering in Portuguese, shouting at each other, like saying "pass it there, pass it." This, that, and the other. But yeah, it's worrying.
Yeah,
worrying indeed.
I think.
So who do you think's a booking?
I think Man U. They need to bring in the new manager. What they should have done is bringing the manager they wanted now and gave him to the end of the season to just figure things out, and then he's got the whole summer to have the clear out and to properly implement his system. I think turning that squad around is going to take at least another season.
Yeah. 2 seasons.
Yeah.
2, 3. Like you just went one step forward, 2 steps back. Like you've been saying, Louis, just.
I think the forward line is sorted.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, if
On paper,
Rashford, Greenwood, Sancho all pick up their form in the manager, that's a forward line to last you 10 years. Bruno behind them in the cam, that's fine. It's just the centre mids positions and then the back four again and the goalie you need to sort.
Yeah.
Big time. I don't
Varane in there, and I don't want to keep Varane. Maguire, Eakin,
Jones.
Maguire.
Yeah, the fact that
Jones
Jones
well.
is this player after 2 years out is embarrassing for the rest of them.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing that he outperformed them after playing for the under-23s once, and that was it. And then playing last night.
Yeah.
It's quite mad. But yeah. I don't know. It's a rebuild job for whoever comes in.
Big time.
But yeah, I would start playing more of our youth players, bringing them in.
You need to, because that's where the rebuild lies upon the youth.
I think the right back out on loan, Ethan Laird, he's Bournemouth. He's very good. I think he should have a season with Bournemouth in the Premiership and then come and play with us.
Yeah. You've got a great youth, but it's just
utilise it.
Yeah.
Don't have enough. You look at Chelsea with Cobham, they've got endless talent.
Oh man, yeah.
It's like a machine.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But who's been your player of the year so far? For SPFL and Prem?
Salah for Prem, and then SPFL, Rogic.
Really?
I say Kyogo.
I like Kyogo, but I think Rogic has been insane.
I love Rogic, man.
I think he's been so good.
I honestly think if it wasn't for injuries, he'd be in the Prem right now.
Yeah. Oh my god.
He's just he's too good, man.
He should have double the amount of assists he's got now for the wastefulness of.
Oh, I know.
There was like a thing on Twitter. It said like per game how many chances he created. Everybody played there, and he was over there. It's like much more. It's just I would say him, Aribo, or Kyogo. To be honest, I think those three have been the best players.
Yeah, I'd say Kyogo. And then Salah.
I think Aribo has been very, very good as well. He's looked miles better than he has.
Yeah, there's talk of him as well. Him and Kamara going down south as well.
Yeah, so I don't know. Who would you say for the Prem? Or you've all said Salah?
Yeah.
I said Salah.
Salah.
I think it's clear. He's clear above the rest right now. De Bruyne, he's been in and out. He's not been doing his. Bernardo Silva, he's been brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah. What else? Oh, we're missing people, but some of the Arsenal players. Saka.
Who's their right back as well? Tommy. He's very good.
He's Japanese.
Japanese. Japanese guys, man.
Who would you say the biggest underachiever or underperformer in both leagues?
Player or team?
Player. You can do team as well. Player, both leagues.
Underachiever in the SPFL.
It's hard because there's teams in the SPFL we don't really kind of follow, but
That's tough. Underachiever as a team, I'd say up here would be Aberdeen.
Yeah.
And I think they have a really good squad, but they just haven't performed good enough with that squad. them as a team, I think they should be doing better. They should be going. They should be in the top 4, top 3 at least. They should be given. I mean, they've gave Rangers a good game. They gave Celtic a good game, but I think with their squad, they should be doing much better.
I think them, and I think someone like Lewis Ferguson. I think he should be doing better than he is doing. I think he was.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And then in the Prem, I think. I think it is United.
Yeah, it's obvious. Yeah, it's United. They should be top 4.
Top 3.
They should be challenging.
Yeah.
With that squad, but
player-wise,
Lukaku,
Sancho, Kane's a good one. Yeah, I think he should have went to Man U, man.
I don't like the way he's protected, but like I think he's been the underperformer for the season. I think he's been terrible.
By far, yeah. He's picked it up recently, but
he's picked it up, but like still, you can tell that Son,
the
main providers of that team, not Kane. Yeah. What about you, Kieran?
I mean, yeah, Kane, Ronaldo, Sancho. It's been a big disappointment for me.
Yeah.
Seeing his performances at Dortmund, and then he's just not turned up for Man U.
Yeah,
he's just constantly going backwards. Anytime he goes forwards, he then comes back on himself. He doesn't try and take people on. He's just not the same player.
I think it might be an ego problem.
I think he's scared of the other players.
Think so?
Yeah, I think because Ronaldo's there, you constantly see Ronaldo in your periphery. You're like, I need to pass to him, and he's not taking people on when he should.
Yeah,
possibly also the price tag.
Yeah,
exactly.
And having to live up to that, and the reputation of Man U, and all the players will be feeling the pressure.
Havertz is completely crumbled.
Yeah.
Takes his time. It'll take time with him. It'll take
next season we'll see a big improvement, I think. Sancho. I hope so anyway, but
I think Ronaldo's leaving, so it'll give him a bit of improvement.
He's going to PSG.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I think he's going there when Mbappe leaves.
Yeah, Mbappe's going to Madrid, isn't he?
Yeah. Opens the space up for Ronaldo. And also he's wanting to play Champions League football, so which I don't think Man U will do this season.
Once Man United win the Champions League, then what?
See, if they win the FA Cup, would they
Europa?
Is it Europa?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are they still in the Champions League? Yeah.
Well, yeah, we are. We've got Atletico.
Oh, good luck, man. That's going to be horrible.
How are we for time? Oh, pretty good.
Not bad. 53 minutes.
53 minutes, pretty good. First time back. All about football, but
yeah.
We'll be back soon with more episodes, I'm sure, with more guests, and hopefully in person soon. COVID permitting.
Needs to, man.
COVID permitting, and in terms of places that we might be getting in the future. Anyway, yeah. Thank you, and we'll be back next time. Peace.
Cheers. See you later.